Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, the tough times. Ah, so much to share. So, it's been about, I'd have to say, 5 business days since I got the results of my embryo, that it made it to day 5, and that it was a 4AA grade. Um, it does take about 7 to 10 business days. So 7 to 10 days. So I'm thinking I should probably hear back by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Unless if economics works over the weekends, then I should hear something anytime now. But if not, since I did get the results last week on Saturday, I'm thinking, should take 7 to 10 business days. They sometimes say 2 weeks. Yeah, so the wait has been hard. I think harder than probably even the last time. Maybe because it's my last cycle. I think it's harder when it makes it to day 5. I don't know. It's just this time I think it was harder. So that's one thing. So I'm really trying to keep busy. One of the things I'm trying to do, and I know this is being a little just thinking big picture, but my husband and I are looking at homes and places where we can move. So we're trying to be positive. So that's something that's kind of taking me, taking things out of my mind. So I spent after work, we would kind of just go look at places to live because we do want to at least move because our living conditions are a little bit congested right now. There's stuff everywhere. So that's one thing. And then the other thing that has been bothering me, just as an update, because there's always this stuff, is like at my last egg retrieval, the nurse kind of brought it to my attention that I have high blood pressure. And she said it's common for African Americans to have high blood pressure. And so obviously I Googled to see what I could do to get my blood pressure even, and they talked about physical activity. And since the pandemic, I know that I haven't been, kind of as active as I usually am. So every day after work, I've been trying to walk. So hopefully that's get better. But then obviously this morning when I was like, okay, let me just check, my pressure, it like hit the roof. Hit the roof. And then obviously that leads me to have more high blood pressure because I have high blood pressure. Oh. And then I'm thinking about, if I have high blood pressure and I'm going through a transfer, what does it mean? So I know that I shouldn't be thinking that. So I'm going to try my best to get that out of the window. Good news is, in order to make myself feel better, I'm actually going to meet with my OBGYN because if God shows us favor and everything works out with our transfer, then I would like my OBGYN to kind of just help, be the one to work with me. So I want to ask her questions about outside things outside of the ERA, like, can she check and see, because I've never been pregnant. So she's going to, check and see if there's anything I need to pay attention to. Do I have natural killer cells? Is my uterus okay? All those things. So I figured why not, check that, because the more you can eliminate moving on to a stage, I think the better that you can feel. So, and then I'll mention to her also high blood pressure in pregnancy so that she can, high blood pressure and also a severe anemia because I tend to have those. So that's another update coming up. So I do have an appointment with her next week. I wanted to do it because next week is when my cycle begins for me to start the mock transfer. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. Yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to share with you guys is Guys, I don't know what's going on, but it could just be like the nerves, but I had such a bad dream yesterday. It was really, it you know those dreams that make you're happy that you are living in reality as opposed to living in the dream world because the dream was so real. It was one of those. And unfortunately, yes, it was about my embryo. I dreamt that my embryo um, didn't make it, and it was such a weird dream. I dreamt that there was like a station, and then the embryo was like being displayed on a large screen, and we could kind of see everything that was going on with it. And what happened was the doctor in my dream gave me the results prematurely. And I was supposed to be told those results at a later date, but the doctor told me those results in my dream prematurely and then read in his notes that I was supposed to be told like 2 days from that date or something like that. So it's a very bizarre dream. But anyway, it wasn't positive. The embryo was just didn't make it, and obviously I woke up with the sweat and stuff like that. So, and yeah, guys, I do have to face the reality that my 4AA, may be aneuploid. It's just when you get the results, it's either euploid or aneuploid. It's just what it is. And because of age, I've just learned too much from many TTCers who have spent years transferring embryo after embryo after embryo, going through miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage. And so I'm really learning from them. And so which is one of the reasons I decided I have to PGTA test, even if it means it's a failed cycle, because the PGTA doesn't change anything. It just gives information, which can then help make an informed decision. Yeah, so that's where we are. So the next time I guess that I'll be talking to you guys will be with the final results of this cycle. So fingers crossed, and pray for me as I go through my mock transfer. So any tips for mock transfer that you guys have, I think it would be great to kind of just communicate and talk about in case anybody watching is kind of searching for information on that. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you later. Bye.